Today, we're going to be rebuilding a team that's never won a World Series. And in real life, they might be doing one of the riskier rebuilds in baseball, and that's the Texas Rangers. A lot of money was invested on pitching that was a little bit older. DeGrom, Eovaldi, Heaney, John Gray, Martin Perez, and more. And on top of that, they already have big money invested in Semien and Seager as well. But you know what? They're going for it, and they're trying to win right now, which, can't be said for a lot of teams in baseball. So it may end up hurting them in the long run, but for the right now, I like the moves that they're making, and this team's actually pretty exciting to watch. So let's go rebuild them. Let's go win them that first World Series. So like I said, big money's invested on DeGrom, Seager, Semien. Perez was a one-year deal, but you got Eovaldi for a multi-year deal, John Gray, Andrew Heaney. Like a lot of pitching, and I felt like that was something that the Rangers needed to boost up, and they went out and they did it. And then when you look at the offensive side of things, I think the team's pretty solid too. Semien, Seager, Nathaniel Lowe, I think is one of the more underrated players in baseball. The same thing could possibly be said about Adolis Garcia, really solid in the outfield, and that bat this year is flying right now. Jonah Heim has been pretty solid behind the plate and with the bat, and then on top of that, you've got a solid third baseman in Josh Young for the future. They also do have some decent prospects in Evan Carter, Luis Angel Acuna, Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, and a couple others. They're still a few seasons away, but they could actually help out with this team in the next couple of years. That could help out with the offense too, and even the pitching as that starts to age. And the Rangers are currently in first place right now in the standings, and obviously we're still pretty early into the season, but it's a good sign for the team. And I feel like this is a team that could be pretty sneaky in the West this year, or even just in baseball in general. So let's get to the draft. Let's see what we pick up, and let's see how this first season plays out. Because we have the fourth pick, I'm kind of interested to see what the first three picks are going to be, because I have my eye on a couple players, and I feel like we could go we could get pretty lucky here. All right, so Ryan Douglas, thank the Lord we didn't. Thank the Lord they took that. So that's one less player that could get taken away from me. Next up, who is it going to be? As long as it's not a left fielder. Yep. Of course it would be. 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 That was who I wanted. That was the pick I wanted. That was who I wanted. This is going to be Vasquez. I wanted him. I wanted him so badly. Okay, so instead, what I'm gonna go for is I think I'm gonna go for Dante Rangel. Rangel. I don't know. He looks pretty good though. I'm liking the looks of him. He's 20 years old. We don't necessarily need pitching. But at the same time, like, why not? Like, he looks really good. So does Guillermo Flores. Like, he also looks very solid. We could go for, like, a power hitter in Ton Kramer. If I wanted to, like, kind of reach a little bit. This first baseman, Prince Roman, doesn't look bad either. So, like, I feel like we can't really go wrong in our picks. I'm really intrigued by this guy. Like, really, really intrigued by him. But also, like, Hoffman doesn't look bad. And hold on, Prince Roman, by the way, what a name. He looks so good. The thing is, we don't need a first baseman with Nathaniel Lowe, but like, why not? Like the Darren Hoffman, 6'5" switch hitting third baseman. I mean, the guy looks insane. I think the fielding stats are helping him out a little bit. The thing is, I might actually need pitching just depending on how certain players regress. So, like, I feel like getting a pitcher might not be the worst thing in the world. So I'm kind of torn between Dante Rangel, Darren Hoffman. I mean, even Flores looks really good. 84 to 9. Man, I'm torn. Even, like, Prince Roman looks good. He's got power versus righties, too. Like, normally you don't get power versus righties. What was he ranked? 28th? We don't have a second-round pick. That's another thing that, like, I got to be smart about this. So Darren Hoffman looks good. The thing is, he doesn't have that pop. And I feel like the fielding and everything is kind of like boosting him up. Prince Roman looks really good too. I also like the name. Vision, discipline, contact power. 90 potential. What's his potential? 90 to 95. I'll take Darren Hoffman. So we've cooled off a little bit on the season, which sucks because we were off to a flying start. But let's take a look at our draft picks. Darren Hoffman, 75 overall, 96 potential. I'm actually really happy with that pick. Super well-rounded, decent fielding, decent speed, switch hitting third baseman. Don't necessarily need a third baseman because we have Josh Young, but he's got decent arm, decent reaction, decent fielding, decent speed. Could potentially be an outfielder as well. Like, we could use him in the outfield. Dante Rangel was 87 potential, 67 overall. We got him in the third round. Somehow he snuck to us. Billy Smith, and then Roger Soriano. And then we missed out on one pick, and it was a reliever, but that's okay. Let's go take a look and see what players we missed out on. So we looked at Where is he? Prince Roman, 81 potential. So the hitting stats look fantastic. It's clear that he is a hitting first baseman, but I think we did pretty well with the pick that we went with. And then who else? Fletcher George, left fielder. There's Ton Kramer, 82 potential. Looks like he's more of a power hitting outfielder with some speed. Let's see, who else did we look at? Where is, wow, 60 potential for the #1 overall pick. Yikes, Pirates. Yikes, Pirates. Okay, Lonnie Shelton with 87 potential. Let's see, Guillermo Flores, 89 potential for a pitcher. And then this was the #1 overall pick, A potential, 71 overall. This was the player I wanted, but to be honest, I kind of like the same, like, I kind of like our pick too. I feel like we did fairly well. Like, I think we did well. I'm pretty happy with it. So we made the postseason, 82-80 as a wild card team. I didn't think we were making the postseason based on that season. DeGrom, league leader in strikeouts. Bubba Thompson, league leader in stolen bases. How did we make the postseason? It's just the AL was bad, or just, I guess you could say, really competitive. Holy cow, that is crazy how competitive that was. I guess all of baseball super competitive this year, which I like. I think that's good for baseball. Like, that's what you want to see. Jose Urquidy's in the MVP race. Pete Alonso wins it on the other side. AL was Mike Trout. You got Urquidy winning Cy Young. Obviously, he was in the MVP race. And then Tony Gonsolin, who won it on the NL side. Okay, reliever of the year, Duran. What a surprise. Evan Phillips wins it on the NL side. Ellie De La Cruz, along with Esteury Ruiz, are your rookies of the year. Okay, so this is actually how I had the pitching. I went with 2 long relievers this year. Dane Dunning, I think, has been moved to more of like a bullpen role in real life. So I think we'll rock with him this spot too. I think he's did a fairly good job. Glenn Otto, not so much, but Dane Dunning, I'm pretty happy with that. Oh boy, Jonathan Hernandez, I'm gonna need better. Same thing from Joe Barlow, but I think he'll improve. We'll be okay there. John King, he had a pretty good year. The thing with him is the hits per 9's low, so we got to keep that in mind. And he only pitched what, 30 innings? Okay. Taylor Hearn got called up. So who? Maybe Spores, I think it was up. He only pitched 6 innings though. Was there anybody else that got sent down? No. So I guess Taylor Hearn, he didn't pitch. So Spores just got sent down after 6 innings. All right. Jose Leclerc, 2 ERA, pretty solid year. I'll take that. Brock Burke, yeah, that's a solid season. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty pumped about that. So DeGrom starting to regress, kind of expected, 34 years old, but he was unbelievable. I mean, I don't think he was in the Cy Young race, was he? He was 3rd. Okay, I was gonna say, with those kind of numbers, I would hope he is. Eovaldi also could have been in the Cy Young race. He had a pretty good year, just the strikeout numbers were low compared to others. In the 3, Martin Perez, yeah, I will definitely take that. 200 plus innings as well. John Gray in the 4, oh yeah, more of that. Andrew Heaney is regressing. We've got him for 1 more year. Might need to look at like maybe one of these 2 coming up soon. Nah, I'm not gonna rush them. There's no reason to when we've got the pitching lined up. We're pretty solid. So 1 player was sent down. Was it where it was Josh Young? How did he do? Good Lord. Okay. That's not what you want. That's not what you want to see at all. But I'm gonna stick with them in the postseason. It might be a short postseason anyway. So who am I missing? Oh, they called up Sam Huff. They called up an extra catcher. We're not the Cubs. We're not gonna be rocking with 3 catchers. So we're not doing that here. So Josh Young, boom, there we go. Robbie Grossman, I would assume only faced lefties. Pretty disappointing. Brad Miller, yeah, not great. Mitch Garver was in the lefty lineup for the DH spot. Wasn't that good. And then Mark Matthias wasn't that great either. So now if we take a look at our actual starters, Bubba Thompson, obviously not really a leadoff guy for us, but that contact versus righties, I thought I'd give it a shot. Didn't really work out. I'm not giving up on Bubba Thompson. I think he could be pretty solid for us down the line, but we just got to find a better leadoff guy. So we'll keep that in mind. Marcus Semien, pretty decent year. I'm pretty cool with that. Nathaniel Lowe, also very good season. Corey Seager, I'm gonna need a little bit better. I'm gonna need a little bit better from you. Adolis Garcia, 31 home runs. So yeah, the numbers are a little bit low, but 31 home runs, I think we can work with that. Jonah Heim, not the best of seasons. We already know Josh Young struggled. Ezekiel Duran, and then Leody Taveras. So realistically, I'd be in the market for an outfielder, because like if I'm looking at the team, we do have Garcia, And that's like, oh, Evan Carter. I do know Evan Carter's a top prospect. I just don't want to rush him because based on those hitting stats, he's not going to be good. So we got to keep that in mind. I know Anthony Gutierrez, I think, is like top 10 in the farm system as well. And then Dustin Harris, first base outfielder, I know is also a top 10 prospect. So we'll keep them in. I guess we'll keep our eye on them and we'll see how they develop. But I might be looking for a stopgap, at least one outfielder. Just between Leody Taveras and Bubba Thompson, I need at least one more hitter in the lineup. So yeah, I think otherwise we're looking pretty good. Let's see how the postseason goes. We are going to lose to the White Sox. That is very disappointing. We can't be losing to the White Sox. We just can't. As the Phillies defeat the White Sox in the World Series, what is going on with this save? This can't be a serious situation. Okay, let's see here. I don't want any of them. How much does Grossman want? Can't be much, right? $3 million. I think I'm going to hold off. Brad Miller, I'm going to hold off as well. Mitch Garver, I think we can rock with one more year of Mitch Garver being our backup catcher. It's a backup catcher. It's fine. And then I'd like to bring Martin Perez back for a season. How much does he want? 10 mil? I think 10 mil. Hold on. I'm trying to see what we've got here. So Martin Perez would be here. We don't necessarily, I mean, I'm not going to put Dane Dunning in the rotation. So we do need a 3. And I'm also not 100% sure how Heaney's going to be this season. So 100% going to need like a 3 in the rotation, right? Because Leiter's not ready. Glenn Otto's not the guy. Owen White's not the guy just yet. Kumar Rocker's not the guy either. So 100% we'll need to get a pitcher. It's just like, is Martin Perez the guy that we keep? Or do we look for a different stopgap? Like I know Sonny Gray is available this offseason and a few others. So I'm gonna hold off for now just to kind of see what happens in free agency. And then let's see. Like I'm not gonna go out and get Ohtani. But like maybe Julio Urias, like it gives us a young pitcher that will stay in the rotation, especially with some of those older pitchers that will regress over time. I wouldn't mind going out and spending big. The issue is we're not going to have a lot of money moving forward. I guess Eovaldi's contracts will come off. John Gray, Andrew Heaney. I guess we would have a little bit of money to work with. And realistically, out of our lineup, who becomes a free agent during the rebuild? Lowe on the last year, potentially. Adolis Garcia potentially on the last year. Heim potentially on the last year. I honestly think we'll be okay because DeGrom's contract will expire at the same time as these guys are starting to become free agents. So as much as I do like Martin Perez, or I could bring in Martin Perez and Urias and then just get rid of Heaney. That's also a possibility. I know Heaney had a crazy start. What was it? Last week, the week before. But I need a very consistent pitcher, and he's also regressing quite quickly. I might just invest in another pitcher because that kind of seems like something the Rangers are gonna do. So let's get into season 2. All right, the Rockies will take Andrew Heaney for this reliever. I know I could get a little bit more, but I'm not going to. I just want to do a little bit of a salary dump, open up that money so I can go and get those pitchers. All right, season 2. I'm actually pretty impressed with the team that we got going on. I'm trying to see really quickly who's becoming a free agent that I would like to bring back. Maybe Leclerc. We'll take a look and see what happens. So pitching wise, Urias signed with the Twins instead of us. Unfortunate. So I went out and got Jordan Montgomery on a 2-year deal. I feel like for 2 years, it'll be perfectly fine. It also kind of works with the team that we've got going on because after 2025, we open up a lot of money. As you can see, we'll be down to 96 million player salaries, which is going to open up quite a bit. So with that in mind, like you can literally see everyone's going to be a free agent or hit arbitration. Or still beyond arbitration. So then we can spend money. I believe Dustin May is a free agent. I think there's a couple other big name pitchers that become a free agent come season. What'll that be? Season 4, which would be good because a lot of the older guys will be gone. We can start to bring in some newer guys. And some of our prospects will be in the team as well. So realistically, we're trying to win within the next 2 seasons, this year and next, right? Like that's kind of the window. And then we're also still trying to work a competitive team come season 4 and season 5. So I feel like this is pretty good. You know, we got Martin Perez back on a 1-year deal. And then our bullpen's very similar. I might have to go out and get a bullpen arm. For the bench, I brought in Jurickson Profar back to where it all started, back when he was the number 1 prospect in baseball. We've got Leody Taveras, Mitch Garver, IKF, and then Josh H. Smith. We'll see how long he stays in the lineup. We've got Seager, Semien, Lowe, Adolis Garcia, Teoscar, Jonah Heim, Duran, Bubba Thompson, and Josh Young. So When we get to the regular season, we have a couple prospects like Darren Hoffman, dude. I'm kind of pumped about this guy. Like, I don't know if he's going to be a third baseman for us with Josh Young in the team. I just don't know where he's going to end up. Maybe the DH, maybe left field. Maybe I don't know. I think left field is a possibility depending on how certain players develop. Like, I know we got Dustin Harris, but his hitting stats look pretty bad. And then if we go down here, I know we do have Evan Carter, who's going to be a center fielder. And I think we have another player as well. If I remember correctly, we have Zavala, depending on how he develops. So we might not need an outfielder. And we also have Gutierrez. So, like, I don't really know where Hoffman fits into this team. It's kind of tough. Like, maybe just DH, because I did sign Teoscar to a 2-year club option. Somehow his potential went up to A. He's coming off of a really good season, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. And if things don't go well, I think we've got a couple prospects we could turn to. So yeah, this is the team. We're currently ranked 8th. So let's see what happens. At the deadline, I need a reliever for this like half of the season. Someone pick up Nick Anderson. He might regress, but I'm gonna get rid of Jerks of Profar. So I mean, it's not like I'm giving up too much. And then on top of that, I'm gonna get rid of Mitch Garver, just because like he's not good. He's not good. Actually, hold on. I didn't realize his on base percentage is 356. Oh boy. Okay, because I was gonna call up Sam Huff because he's hitting very well in AAA, and Jonah Heim is really struggling. And it's because he's really only good versus lefties. So I feel like I'm going to need to do this platoon situation with our catchers. And the thing is, Mitch Garver clearly doesn't hit righties well. And even though he's good, I feel like I just need to I need to cash in, right? I need to cash in. So Hernandez has been really bad for us, and it doesn't look like he's going to improve too much more while with the team. So I actually might need a lefty. Man, I was gonna trade Hernandez away, but I kind of need a lefty. Hold on. I know a lefty that's available that I was going to trade for, but then I realized I didn't need a lefty, and it was going to be Wandy. Sounds crazy, but like, yeah, I might do that. I might do that. I probably could have gotten more, but we're going to rock with it. And then I got a couple lefties that are like still need some time to develop. So we'll just wait on them. And then I would still like another reliever, just to kind of help us out for this season. And then maybe I send down, what's his face? Hernandez. I'm gonna trade Brett Martin because his potential went down. See if I can get a righty, maybe like Reynaldo Lopez. I'm really close. Okay, so most of these moves that I'm doing are just to kind of help us out for this season because we're in a wild card spot right now, and I just want to get over the hump. I don't really want to get rid of any players because I feel like they can definitely help us out for the next couple seasons. So like Hernandez can go down to AAA. King's struggling a little bit, so we'll send him down too. And then I need Sam Huff to get called up. That'll pull our roster back up to 26, and then Huff will be in this lineup, right? We've got our bench looking pretty solid. I think we actually have an extra pitcher now, actually, which works out because I'll send down Hearn because he's struggling as well. And then I need a position player, which this is where I'm actually gonna probably make a trade, or I'm considering calling up our top pick from last year because he's absolutely mashing in AAA. So, also, he's not playing every day. Why is that the case? Why is he only at 35 games and everybody else is at 85? You know, that's strange. But I might call him up because, hold on, let me get back to the lineup. We could use Semien at second base because Duran's really struggling, and then DH could be Hoffman, which I think makes the most sense. I considered calling up Foscue because he's also doing very well. So I'm torn between the two, and then could possibly use another outfielder, to be honest. But I'm gonna probably leave it as is. Hold on, what does Hoffman hit left? He hits lefties better? Why is he at first base here? No wonder why he's not playing. That makes sense now. Oh, okay, that's why he wasn't playing. That's 100% why he wasn't playing. He wasn't in the right position. Okay, now I know why. That's a huge problem. Okay, so now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna leave him in AAA for now, and I might call up Foscue and send Duran down. Maybe. I'll think about it. We're at the deadline still. We got to make a move. So the moves were mostly bullpen moves. Wandy Peralta, Reynaldo Lopez, Nick Anderson. Again, most likely just one and done guys. Potentially we could bring them back if need be. And then I did call up Darren Hoffman. I thought about Foscue, but I compared him to Duran's numbers, and they were really similar hitting wise. And I felt like giving Foscue every day at bats in AAA was a little bit better than just like having him be like part-time off the bench. So we're gonna rock like this. I also could have just rocked with IKF because he's off to a pretty good start this season. So we'll see how Hoffman does. If it doesn't go well, we'll change things around, but that's the deadline. There was a generational talent in this year's draft. It was Jason Trainer. He was chosen before us. I had no shot of getting him. And I'm actually glad that the player that I wanted got picked while the Cubs actually had a pretty good draft. The player that I wanted was Eric Grissom, and I'm glad he got chosen because I was going to choose him and he only had C potential. And I don't think there's any other generational talents. This guy was a top 3 pick. He looks oh wow, he looks pretty good. Gene Merritt looks decent, 84 potential. And looking at the rest, Leonardo Lopez looks pretty good too. But I'm glad that catcher got taken because otherwise I would have 100% taken him and it would have been bad. So our picks were Nick Diaz, which I'm actually glad I went with because he looks unbelievable. Yes, the control sucks, but every other like walks per 9, Ks per 9, hits per 9 looks really solid. Also velocity at 85, Palacios 88 potential, and then we've got Pesky with 98 potential. I missed out on a catcher. He didn't want to sign with us, so there's that. But these guys, they maybe feature, I don't know, we'll see. Ka might, depending on if he develops much more. This guy's gonna suck because his potential is lower than his overall, so there's that. All right, so once again, we're a wild card team. We're gonna be facing the Yankees in the first round of the postseason, and it's just because the West is so competitive. I mean, look at this. Like we've got the Angels and the Astros to compete with, and then we beat the Rays by a game. So like we're just in a really competitive division, and it's going to make it difficult. And I think with the aging players on our team, it's also making it a little bit difficult too. So I might need to switch things up a little bit quicker than I anticipated. Jacob deGrom wins Cy Young, which is awesome. Yordan wins MVP along with Manny Machado. Shohei on the other side is in second place. Ooh, 4 ERA though. Yikes. Spencer Strider wins Cy Young. Jacob deGrom wins Cy Young. We got Yordan and Acuna as the batting title. And then Devin Williams and Jimmy Herget. Wow, that's a crazy season by him. Holy cow. Ooh, no wonder why the Angels were kind of nasty. They got like the human glitch or whatever his name is pitching out there. And he literally was. Grant McCray. Why couldn't he do this for my Giants rebuild? He didn't even come close to that. And then Wallace Adams won it with the Astros on the other side. Okay, so with the team, it looks like John King was called up. No, who was called up? Yeah, it was John King that got called up because I sent him down. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to look at Dane Dunning. Again, really strong season. Like him in this long relief role. Barlow was fantastic. Really turned it around from last year. Peralta, love it. 1 season pickup, I'm okay with that, or half a season pickup. Reynaldo Lopez, I might even try to get another year out of him. We'll have to wait and see. Nick Anderson, good lord, we're gonna get rid of you. Jeez, man. I mean, I can't use Hernandez though. That's the thing. I guess we could call somebody up. So who got sent down? Because there definitely was somebody that got sent down. It was who's our Duran? Duran got sent down. So we'll just call up Duran, and we'll send down Nick Anderson because he was not good at all. I was kind of hoping he would have been okay, but that's a bummer. That's a huge bummer. Okay, so John King, I'm gonna need you to come in here and really help us out. Leclerc was solid, and then Brock Burke once again was pretty solid as well. Looking at our starters, DeGrom was a Cy Young winner. Eovaldi was very, very good. He could have also been a Cy Young winner. Montgomery was very solid. Love to see that. John Gray struggled a little bit, and then so did Martin Perez. So I'm glad I'm only 1 year with Perez. John Gray might be a little bit of an issue, so we still might need to go out and get that pitcher like I was talking about. Leiter's up to 78. He got shelled in the 15 innings that he pitched in the majors this year, and realistically, he's not there just yet. Maybe another half a season. Kamar, kind of the same thing, maybe like another half a season. Let's see, any bullpen arm that we could look here. There's a couple that are like right on the cusp of being called up, so not too far off. If we look at our lineup now, Jonah Heim only in the lefty lineup, I think will help him out a lot more, so we'll see how he does. Leody Taveras though, okay, like half the at-bats, but not too bad. Duran struggled quite a bit. IKF off the bench was fantastic, and then Foscue got called up for Oh, Josh Smith, which is weird because he was good. So I'm gonna call him back up. He deserves his postseason appearance, especially after taking a pitch to the face in real life. Woo, that's a scary moment right there, man. That one had to hurt. Seager in the leadoff role hit 36 home runs, which is crazy. Semien with 33 right behind him. You got Lowe with 32 right behind him. Like, first three hitters hitting 90 plus home runs is crazy. It might even be 100. 65. Yeah, 100. It's 100. It would be 30. Yeah, 101 actually. And then you got Adolis Garcia with 28. He definitely cooled off a little bit this season. But actually, not pretty similar. Very similar actually from last year. He didn't cool off that much. Teoscar was solid. So I'm gonna pick up that option, 12.5 mil. You got Sam Huff who came up, and I'll take those numbers. Yeah, the OPS is a little bit low, but I'm happy with it. Darren Hoffman, man, this might be our DH. This guy looks legit. This guy looks really legit. Bubba Thompson, okay, small improvement. I'm gonna need him to turn it up though. Because honestly, I'm considering making him an outfielder. Like, he's got the speed, the reactions, decent enough arm to play left field. Like, this could be a left fielder for us. And you know, we've got Teoscar here, but I could flip these two and rock with that. So I'll see. We're in the postseason, so let's see how this plays out for us. We win the first game, and we win the second game, which is awesome. Game 3 now will probably go like that. Yeah, against the Astros. Let's see how we do. We win the second, lose, and we get eliminated by the Astros. I think the Astros have a pretty stacked team, if I'm correct. So did they add anybody? No, they didn't. Okay, so yeah, they're just good. They're just a good squad. So okay. We need to up our team a little bit as the Dodgers defeat the Guardians. So season 3 is coming up. Nobody retired from our squad. I'm gonna pick up this option, like I said, like 12.5 mil. I think for the production he gave us is definitely worth it. Eovaldi can go. Martin Perez can go. That's what? How much money were we paying Eovaldi? Like 12, 13 mil. Same thing. That's 24 mil. That's 1 year of a contract that we can pay another starter. Leclerc. Was it the walks that went down? The walks went down a lot. That's tough. Maybe 1 year. I'll throw him the bullpen. We'll do 4.5. If he doesn't take it, okay. IKF back with the Rangers. I forgot to mention that earlier. I think it's a bench bat for 5 mil. Can't go wrong there. Reynaldo, let's do 1 more year. I think you were a pretty solid arm in our bullpen for 6 mil. And then, honestly, Wandy, why not? Our bullpen looked a little bit stronger, that we had a couple new arms in there. So I feel like that's pretty good. So essentially, the money that we saved from Eovaldi was just spent on those free agents. IKF did not take the bid. Okay, so I said half a season for Leiter and Kamar. John Gray is leaving next year. So honestly, we can again go out and try to sign a pitcher, because we're going to lose one, and then we'll have Leiter and potentially somebody else off the bench or off the farm system. We're still going to have 1 spot left. So yeah, I think we go out and sign, I guess, like maybe a stopgap, and then like someone that's a little bit younger to help out with the team, because we're also going to lose Montgomery. So someone like a Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber's like perfect. Pablo Lopez, I know, signed an extension in real life recently. Soroka's another possibility. I know in real life is injury prone. A little unlucky with the injuries, but kind of an injury prone player. So I guess we could go like, I'm torn between Soroka and Shane Bieber. It's going to be one of those two for sure. Season 3, this is what we're looking like. I missed out on Shane Bieber. I missed out on Mike Soroka because I had an offer for Shane Bieber and he decided to go to the Dodgers. They offered him 9 years. I only offered him, I think it was 6 or 7. I think it was 7 years I offered him. And even then I was like, man, that's kind of a long contract. But yeah, 9 years to the Dodgers. I mean, I guess. And then Soroka was off the table because I thought I was going to get Bieber. And then Soroka was gone by the time I went to go sign him. So instead we went with Lauer, 2-year club option. Montgomery leaves after this year. I need a pitcher. Like that's, I've missed out on Urias. I've missed out on Bieber. My top target on both free agencies. And because of that, I wasn't able to sign another player because all the other good pitchers were gone because I was putting all my eggs in one basket, and I know I shouldn't do that. But the thing is, I don't want to offer 2, 3, 4 different contracts and then they all get accepted and then I'm stuck, right? So like MLB needs to like implement like you offer a contract, they accept it, and then you have to like re-accept it so that you actually sign them. I think 2K does that, where like you offer a contract, the player then accepts it, and then you have to accept it. I feel like that's something that should be implemented, because I don't want to offer like 3, 4 contracts to pitchers and then get overloaded with too many pitchers. So John Gray's contract's over at the end of the year. Montgomery's contract's over at the end of the year. Lauer's potentially is over at the end of the year. So like I could go really big this offseason with some pitching. I also want to make a trade offensively, but like I like our team offensively. Really the only guy is like Bubba Thompson. But then like we have Gutierrez, who's not going to play that position. Ooh, hold on. We're going to go like this. We've got Evan Carter too, who's like slowly kind of working their way up. I think we've got one more. We've got Savala, who looks like he hits righties well. So we've got a couple prospects that I want to get involved, but at the same time they're not developing quick enough. So it might just be one of those things where like Bubba Thompson is just a role player for us, right? So yeah, I might have to go big for a center fielder soon. Depends on how the season goes. Like I still think we're good. We're ranked 6th. Like we should be better than what we're doing. So yeah, I think it's just time to be a little bit more cutthroat with season 3. So let's see what happens. Picking up Cal Quantrill at the deadline. I need pitching help. So yeah, that's kind of the main one that I need. John Gray is probably going to get sent down. Actually, I might send down Leiter. He's struggling. And I don't want to like ruin any potential or anything because he's struggling. So I'm going to send him down to AAA. And then what I'll do here is, I guess John Gray's our 5. Bullpen wise, I've shuffled things around a little bit, but we're looking good. Dane Dunning's struggling a little bit. I could turn to maybe like Cole Winn, Owen White. Our prospects that we drafted, also Nick Diaz and Dante Rangel, look unbelievable. Like they might overtake Leiter and Rocker, by the way. Like they might feature. Offensively though, like we're pretty solid. Like I actually like the team. Adolis Garcia's struggling a little bit. He's starting to regress, but I think I'm going to keep him around anyways. But for the most part, people are doing well. Really, the only one that's struggling was Josh Young and Justin Foskey. So I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna battle it out with Young. He'll figure it out. But Bubba Thompson's issue is he can't get on base at a better rate than 317, which is super disappointing because I want to keep him in the team. But if he's not going to do well, I can't. And then our other players that we had, Evan Carter, he's getting so close to being ready. And so is Gutierrez. And so is, where's the other one? Zavala, maybe. But I feel like we've done pretty well. I don't want to change it up too much. We're in the race. Yeah, we're 12 games out, but we're again in a wild card spot. So I think the pitching is what we needed. Our starters are just kind of holding us back a little bit. Let's just make that one trade. All right, you know what? I'm gonna cash in on Leody Taveras. He's not really playing much, and I need a better hitting center fielder. And yes, it's Buxton, so I know like in game he's not really gonna be putting up too much more on base percentage or average, but the OPS is gonna be higher. He's gonna be bringing in more runs. He's gonna be hitting more home runs than what Bubba Thompson's doing. So we're just gonna rock with it. We're gonna move him up in the lineup to how though, but where? Maybe like this. We'll try something like this. And then versus lefties, he comes into the team, and then we move him. He's a little bit better versus lefties, so maybe like he leads off here, and then Semyon still maybe in the 6th spot. I know it's a little disrespectful to Semyon because he's been really good for us. Maybe Adolis Garcia gets moved out of this spot, and we go something like that. But yeah, Buxton's in the team now. I think that's the move for the deadline. Again, another wild card spot taking on the Rays. We just can't beat the Astros, and I mean we're getting closer. We're closing the gap. It's getting tough. Like we need to step it up for sure. Brock Burke has the most saves, and I said I was going to be more cutthroat this season. I definitely am, especially come the off season. So we got a Gold Glove and reliever of the year. Yordan wins his 2nd MVP. Pete Alonso also wins his 2nd MVP. Bieber, of course, goes, and I mean look at those 3. Like that's just a crazy rotation. That's so dumb. Barrios wins Cy Young. It's no, not his 2nd. Okay. Jordan and Bryce Harper batting title winners, reliever of the year, Minter, along with Brock Burke. So not only did they have 3 Cy Young contenders, they also had the reliever of the year. The Dodgers pitching is insane. And then rookie of the year goes to that generational talent who went to the Cubs, Jason Trainer, who now have a surplus of center fielders. Could potentially go look at him. Prince Roman looks pretty good. Oh, he can play catcher. Wow, really? Interesting. Okay, so I don't like this. Let's fix that. All right, pitching wise, Dane Dunning cooled off a little bit. He does become a free agent, so definitely something we got to keep in mind. Hernandez sucked. What a surprise. Wandy was very good. I'm not going to bring him back though, because I think he's going to start to regress. Not bad, not bad. Definitely not going to bring him back though. So like bullpen will need a little bit of a boost. Pitching just as a whole, I was hoping would have been better throughout this rebuild. It just hasn't been. Brock Burke though has been unbelievable, like crazy good. DeGrom is regressing pretty quickly, but at the same time, he's still putting up really good seasons. Montgomery's also been very good for us. So I might even try to bring him back for another year. Lauer, probably just going to let him walk after the season. It's not that he did bad. It's just I need pitching and I want to go all out, especially with Quantrill leaving and John Gray and Montgomery. I just feel like if we're going to go big, we might as well just like, I'm going to throw a bunch of contract offers. And if I sign like 12 pitchers, so be it. And then Leiter is going to take over for Gray because he was terrible. He was so bad. I don't know if Kamara is going to be good. Owen White could potentially just take over the Dane Dunning role. Like, I don't know if he can be a starter for us. And then at the same time, like, I feel like these guys could also do like a crazy good job. So they might be like my like 6th, 7th, 8th starters. You know, like if something just goes poorly, they're the ones I go to, and then I'll see what Kamar can do as well. And then looking at this, like we've got John King, who could potentially help us out. Pitch 20 innings, looks pretty good. And then we've got Antoine Kelly. Leclerc was bad, and then we got Teodo, who looks pretty solid. So overall, bullpen was fantastic though. I like some of the bullpen arms. Jonah Heim only versus lefties is like a completely different animal. Love to see it. Jesus, Duran, you're terrible. Same thing with Foscue. Didn't have a good season this year. Only had 23 at bats though, so it's really tough to judge him. But Josh Smith, like, kind of crazy, like kind of good. And then Bubba Thompson, yeah, just can't get above that on base percentage. Seager with 38 home runs in the leadoff role is crazy. Is he the leadoff versus lefties? No, he's in the 2 spot. Buxton, 26 home runs. So like I said, it's better than what Bubba Thompson's giving me. Plus he's got 100 RBIs. Like Bubba Thompson's not giving me that. Nathaniel Lowe, I extended his contract, 13 mil over the next 5 years. I mean, yeah, give me more of that. Adolis Garcia's potential went up to A. So am I now going to see a little bit better of a season? Because like that was pretty good. I'd like to see a little bit more. Teoscar, could have traded him, but I felt like it was just he's a key piece of the offense at this point. I might bring him back. It just depends on what other names are available in free agency. Semien also had a really good season. Sam Huff versus righties, solid. Hoffman cooled off a little bit compared to last year, but still 23 home runs. He's up to an 83. I feel like he's our DH. Can't take him out. And then I need Young to pick it up. He's just not, he's just really not developing, which is super disappointing. So again, postseason, what do we do? Another elimination, man. All right. I gotta get pitching. I gotta get offense, I guess. I gotta figure something out. We gotta do something big here. Okay, Lauer declined. Spencer Howard I'll pick up. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe Quantrill. What does he want for a year or 2? Okay, so he wants about 10 mil. Montgomery, what does he want? About 14-ish. And then what does Teoscar want? Like 8? Honestly, 8's not bad. 8 is not bad at all. Yeah, that might be something I can't pass up. Yeah. I think offensively our team's good enough. It's just we got to up that pitching a little bit. Can I see my calendar how we lost again? 10 runs there. Oh man. Is it our pitching or is it our offense? I'm gonna hold off. Just because I want to see what's available in free agency, but I do like the looks of some of those names there. So how was Sam Huff? 28 years old, 8 home runs, 105 games, like 360 at bats. Like he's not bad, right? But like he really excels versus lefties, and like Sam Huff, he's not really excelling versus anything per se. And like I see a pretty big name catcher But like the platoon situation, like, is it worth spending what does he want? Like 30 mil for a catcher that like I'm thinking about platooning? Probably not. I think we go big on pitching. We gotta go big on pitching. That's the move for the fourth season. All right, so lineup wise, Teoscar signed a 4-year deal at the age of 33. Was not offering that. I offered him 2. I actually started with 1. I saw that we weren't competing with the other team. I offered him a 2nd year. He signed for 4. So outfield options were pretty thin. I can rock with Zavala. I can give Bubba Thompson one more shot. I feel like I gotta get rid of Smith, even though he has been like our best bench bat. I just think we gotta be a little cutthroat here. Someone's gotta go. Maybe Duran. Duran's been pretty bad. Maybe it is Duran. Maybe Duran's gotta go. We've got Foscue. I mean, they're kind of the same. They both kind of look bad. Maybe Smith goes, and then we have Thompson. But the thing is, like, Thompson and Zavala are basically like the same player. Just Zavala's a little slower. I want an outfielder, and just because like Carter isn't there just yet. Like if this was a 10-year rebuild, this guy's my center fielder 100%. Dustin Harris maybe, but I need one. I need a bat in this lineup, especially with like Sam Huff not guaranteed to do well, and Josh Young struggling. Like, yeah, we got to do something. What about Corbin Carroll? What's he been up to? Not much better. I was thinking that might have been the move there, but it's not. Okay, so who else is available? I mean, there's got to be Alcantara. I mean, he does look interesting. What about Pete Crow Armstrong? Oh, those hitting stats are nowhere near good enough. The Nationals got Soto back. Really? Okay. Bryce Harper could go for him. He's gonna be easy because of the contract, but I think I'm gonna avoid that. But hold on, what's Brandon Marsh up to? Not great. Not great stuff. Steven Kwan is with the Mets now. They've got all the outfielders, huh? Holy cow. Let's see. Brian De La Cruz. Has he been good? Ooh, Brian De La Cruz. Brian De La Cruz might be the move. Santander. Brian De La Cruz is an option. I might look at that. Michael Harris. They got Michael Harris, Trent Grisham. Okay. What about I cannot get him. Holy cow. Let's see who else. Let's get out of the West. The Twins got a team. I forgot about this. They got Kyle Tucker, they got Correa, Tommy Edman, they've got Cam Collier somehow, they've got Vlad Jr., and then their pitching's like Duran, Moran, Alcala, Urias, Ryan. Like their team's gross. Their team's gonna be so disgusting. It's gonna be so hard to beat them. But yeah, I think Brian De La Cruz. Yeah, 4 years, man. Couldn't you just take in the 2? Eloy's a possibility because like he wins like every MVP known to man. I consider Dalton Varsho, but like he's beat potential, 88 overall. He's not going to improve too much more. So I think I'm going to pass on him. I could get him. And by him, I mean Randy Arozarena. I looked at Josh Lowe, but he's really similar to what we already have. So Randy Arozarena might be nice. And then I could just like maybe just get rid of like some other players. Like this guy I drafted, but like I could do that. Like that kind of solves everything. I could give it. Oh wow, really? Oh okay, hold on. Let's go. Like I'll throw you him as well. Okay, and then you can have. Who do you want? You want somebody? I know you do. Maybe Blaine Krim. What about one of our 40,000 pitchers that we have? Like Zach Kent. Nope. Soriano. There it is. I think Arozarena is like perfect for us. Like he's got to be that guy. 31 years old, becomes a free agent. Yeah. Arozarena and Garcia in the same outfield. That is electric. He can get moved up a little bit in the lineup too. So let's go like him here, and then we'll do like something like this. But like Arozarena, Buxton, Garcia. Talk about an outfield, by the way. That is electric. That might be the best outfield in the league. If this was a 10-year rebuild, trust me, I'd get Hoffman involved, our draft pick. I'd get Zavala, Evan Carter, Bubba Thompson more time. Like if this was 10 years, I would 100% be all in on letting these guys develop and get into the team. But I'm trying to win this year. And with this team, I definitely think we can. I brought in Dustin May, brought back Montgomery, brought back Quantrill, because I'm thinking if we keep these guys for like 1 or 2 years, we can let our prospects get involved. Like, we have some nasty pitching prospects, and like 4 bajillion relievers for some reason. But I feel like this is the team. This is the team to do it. Ranked third, 9th contact, 3rd power, 9th pitching. Yeah, we're gonna do it. All right, we won the division 92-70. Finally, it only took us getting like a juiced team. Dustin May winning percentage. Cal Quantrill was solid. Dustin May was solid as well. And then batting average and runs. There we go. Okay, so awards. What do we have? A Cy Young and a batting title. Prince Roman. Wow, we passed on this guy. He ends up being an MVP type player. Wow. Okay, we went with our DH instead, but this guy's kind of crazy. Holy cow! All right, beating out Jordan. That's pretty impressive. Shohei wins it on the other side. Soto and Jazz also in the mix. Soto hitting 50 home runs casually. No MVP for him. Dustin May, Cy Young, along with Zach Wheeler. We've got Acuna and Lowe as the batting title winners. Duran and Diaz as the relievers of the year. And then Lonnie Shelton, rookie of the year, along with Willard Rudolph. Okay. So looks like one player was called up pitching wise, and that means someone was sent down, which is probably Zavala. Which, when given the chance, he was good. When given the chance, he was definitely good. This guy we drafted, I mean, the guy looks like he's just going to be, he's another Zavala and Bubba Thompson. Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, Foscue also got sent down. He just struggled this rebuild, which sucks. It really does. I really wanted him to be part of the rebuild. We got 4 pitchers, 5 starters, almost at 80 in the farm system. Like, that's just how crazy this team ended up being. Like, we just got a juiced team. Evan Carter got called up. You know what? Zavala earned his time. He was good this season. We're gonna give it to him, and then Evan Carter will go back down. So let's take a look at pitching really quick. Dane Dunning again kind of struggled. I could probably call up. Hold on, was somebody else used this year? Kamar, Owen White, DeGrom. He wasn't used. Was Howard? No. Hearn was not used. All right, so I guess we're just gonna rock with Dunning. Okay, so Dunning, 5 ERA, not ideal. I probably should have added one of the other guys to the 40-man, but the 40-man's been pretty tight this entire rebuild. Owen White though, 13 innings, killed it. Teodo didn't pitch at all, but who was sent down? Hernandez. Yeah, Hernandez, kind of a letdown this rebuild. Really, really bad. We've got Kelly up, 60 innings, was fantastic. We got Romano, who I signed in a 1-year deal. Not an ideal season. Not great. Little, though, pretty solid. Barlow and then Burke. I'll take it. Looking at our starters, DeGrom is still putting up a really strong season. We've got Dustin May, who probably should be our number 1. I mean, killed it. Texas native. South Carolina native, Jordan Montgomery, struggled a little bit. But we got Cal Quantrill right behind him, who was unbelievable. And then Leiter struggled heavily. So I'm thinking like this for the postseason. Yeah, and then looking at our bench, Jonah Heim still, he really struggled this year. Yikes. Zavala was really good off the bench. Duran was way better off the bench this year. Bubba Thompson, same thing, a lot better off the bench. And then if we take a look at our starters, again, Corey Seager's killing it. Arozarena, solid season. OPS dipped a little bit, but still a pretty good year. Lowe still putting up crazy numbers. Adolis Garcia, there we go. 46 doubles as well. Look at the difference. 18 to 46. Whew. Semion's still putting up really strong numbers with 41 home runs. This is like the best I've seen him hold his rating, by the way, which I'm impressed. Buxton. Yep. Sure. There we go, Sam Huff. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. We've got Josh Young, who's still, man, he just really didn't develop at all. That's so disappointing. Darren Hoffman, he's up to an 87. And even he's struggling at the plate. It's like, it's not a bad season at all, but I wish it was a little bit better. So we're heading into the postseason. We are going to be taking on the Rays, which they have Mitchell, Wander. Jeez, okay. Holy cow. All right. What about their pitching? Their bullpen's going to be good. It's going to be a tough matchup. Like, how many left? They have 1 righty in their lineup. That's crazy. All right, can we beat them? Answer is yes. All right, cool. Now taking on the Blue Jays. Let me adjust this really quickly. Wow, Quantrill struggled. Who got the win for the last game? Okay. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh, we only played 2 games. Duh. Okay, so it'll be DeGrom, It'll be Quantrill. It'll be like that. All right, let's take a look at the Blue Jays really quickly. What do they have? Harold Ramirez, Espinal, Kirk, Varsho. How did Varsho do this year? Okay. All right, Matt Chapman. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, their pitching is good. I feel like their offense is iffy. Again, I feel like we should win this. So here we go. Like, if we can start it off right. Ooh, that's not good. That's good, though. That's good. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Almost simmed the first game. Oh, we saw the Twins lineup. Yeah, it's going to be gross. So Montgomery just pitched, and nothing against Leiter, but I can't let him face the Twins. I just can't do it. But just a quick refresher. Here's the Twins lineup. It's unbelievable. That's so crazy. All right, can we do it? I'm gonna need a good pitching outing, and so far so good. All right, Jack Leiter, close it out. Yes, facing the Phillies or the Braves, and it's gonna be the Braves. Let's see what we've got here. We are gonna be taking on the Braves. Where are they? Okay. I mean, Gurriel's new, Chris Taylor's new, Daniel Vasquez. Okay, so a couple new faces, but Blake Snell. I mean, I feel like this is a pretty standard Atlanta team. Couple new faces here and there, but like not much has changed. All right, we need at least one win out of these first two. Two I'll take, even better. Oh baby, that's what I'm talking about. Quick 3 wins. Have they added the City Connect? They haven't added the City Connect yet. I'm a fan of the City Connect. Let me know what you think of the City Connect for the Rangers. I know some people aren't fans. I like it. It's different. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty cool. I'm gonna rock with Jordan Montgomery. He's been solid for us, and let's do it. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of their City Connect. I like the dark pants. I don't know if it's black or if it's like a really dark blue. If it's black, I don't like it as much because I think it's too much of a contrast with like the red, the cream, and then like, I don't know. I feel like if it was like a dark blue, then I would like it more. And I think it is a dark blue. I just think the photos and everything just make it look so dark that it does look black. I don't know. I just feel like a dark blue and then like that really dark, like kind of like that rich red that they have. I and like it's almost like a cream uni. I just feel like that looks a lot better. I don't know. That's just me though. So let me know what your thoughts are on the City Connect for the Rangers. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. So first and second with 1 out, we have a 1-0 lead. There we go, Marcus Semien. Then Adolis Garcia brings in another run. I'm pretty sure he was the one that brought it in first. A strikeout. Josh Young, that was your chance to be a hero. Break it open. But okay. I kind of want to steal. We're up 3-0. Stolen base. Puts him in scoring position. Look at that. Buxton brings him in with the single. Nathaniel Lowe, lefty crime. We're about to just make this an absolute stomping 8-9-0. There we go. A double, a fly out, a pop up, and a pop up. There we go. A triple, a walk. Nathaniel Lowe brings in another, second and third with no outs. A pitching change again, a strikeout. Not able to bring in those runs, which is a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? The offense is flying. I can't complain. We're up 10-0. Like, that's crazy. Okay, 10-1 now. Let's get that run back. There it is. Easy as that. Easy as that. Base is loaded for Jonah Heim, and he gets 2 in. Double play. All right, way to go, Josh Young. Like, he is like the biggest party pooper of this entire rebuild. He just didn't develop at all. I'm gonna let Jordan Montgomery finish this one out. And that's a World Series. We sweep the Braves. Nathaniel Lowe, 3 for 3 with a home run, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 2 walks. That is a crazy day. Crazy day. Marcus Semien is the World Series MVP, and Corey Seager is the playoff MVP. 6 RBIs, and then Corey Seager had 12 throughout the entire postseason. Adolis Garcia had 10 RBIs, no home runs, and a 370 average. Pitching rotation, I mean, the pitching got the job done. Look at that pitching rotation. Even Jack Leiter during his one start. Let's take a look at the bullpen. Yeah, I mean, come on. Give me more of that. Offensively, how are we looking? Oh, we're looking so... It's just Josh Young. Josh Young and Darren Hoffman. That was it. Everybody else was crazy good, and I hope you enjoyed the Texas rebuild. If you did, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, in the comment section, let me know what rebuild we should do next. I highly recommend you check out this video, and that's really about it. I think you'll like it. Go check it out. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.